and collect weapons on an eco. So, but Chaotic does refrag Tears, so can the rest of the players hold it now? They do have no armor amongst all three of them.
I don't feel like they're going to be able to retake here. Reflex is probably going to get shut down. KO's got an AK, and he spotted one coming out. Noob goes down, but Chus is right there to frag. And of course, now it's a 2v1. Hats, if he gets peeked at the same time, he is sure to die here. And in fact, he will go down to Charts coming out of B apps there. So, nice little afterplant situation there for tLBiSK. They really played that well.
Again, that's what happens when your CTs get overzealous and somewhat overconfident as well. You know, both CTs exposing themselves. The CZs are a crazy weapon. We saw Christos get binked nearly instantly, and then Tears just confidently peeked out with a CZ, taking down the first CT, and then, you know, finishing Christos off as well.
Hash slinging slasher there with the Fallout 4 reference. There's no nuts in this game, mate, unfortunately.
I'm hanging out to play Fallout 4 tonight, mate.
Some kind of like multiplayer Fallout 4.
Oh, mate, that'd be interesting.
Good. But look at Hat's the aggression on him, just pushing straight down A ramp with that CZ.
He's got an M4 on his back though, and just goes with the CZ.
Even with the nerf, the CZ's such a viable weapon.
Yeah, but
He does find Chaotic in window, and Seth goes down through midcon as well, courtesy of KO's AK. Christos again getting caught in window, and the T's look to have found their aim now.
Yeah,
Hats and Hyper last two alive.
The other thing to point out though, Caps, is the CTs are giving them 1v1 duels or 1vx duels. You know, Christos peeking mid, there's 3. They know that there's more than one mid.
Yeah, I hope Reflex doesn't get overconfident there and think, you know, because once again, you know, as we've seen before, we're so far ahead, we can throw away rounds or we can take the aim duels, and it doesn't seem to be the case. Hat's going down there in window, last player. And that's 3 rounds on the board now for tLBiSK. Reflex conceding the last 2, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but, you know, as you said, tLBiSK looked to have found their aim. You know, Tears is just completely different to the start of this match. He's now just hitting his shots and he's getting those crucial entries. I mean, I think they're working off the momentum that they've got off that eco as well.
Yeah, that's right. Momentum can play such an important part. You know, that one round that you win can really lift your spirits and enable you to have that confidence to go into the next round and turn it into a win. And CT's on another eco here, so tLBiSK looking good to put this round on the board as well. They just need to be careful. Those P250s, if you land a headshot with them, can be pretty devastating very, very quickly. Seth going for a cheeky push through mid there. And Reflex just pushing all positions at the moment. Chaotic Impalas as well does go down. And the T's really making short work of them, really. Bisk and Tears and Charts finding 2. KO goes down to Hyper. But now he's in a 1v3, and T's with full control of A bomb site should get the plant here pretty easily. A little bit of extra money in the bank, and I think Hyper might even choose to hold onto that weapon. Although he is hanging around mid-con now, so I'm going to go for a pick. But I think with his position given away, he should probably save here. Nevertheless, he continues to take the aim duels, and he is copping nades and flashes left, right, and center right now. They are not giving him a chance to peek again.
I think what he wants to do here is just achieve economical damage as best he can, but sadly not being able to pick up a kill and will fall back to save the weapon.
Yeah, that was risky though. I mean, he had no armor.
Yeah.
And yes, he took a bullet there and managed to survive, but by all rights, he should not have lived through that. He should have died to the AK there and, you know, not saved that weapon. So maybe a little too aggressive there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he, as you say, he definitely did get lucky there with not dying, and although he was in the advantageous position on the stairs, the T's had to hit a headshot. I mean, that's all that was visible to them. So, you know, it could have worked out.
So both sides fully bought up. CT's lacking a lot of utility, though. And I just want to point out that not all of them have bought head armor, apart from Hyper, who's gone for a full buy there, full nades and armor, and a kit.
And again,
maybe evening out the money there.
This is something that we've seen of teams that are, you know, regimented and disciplined. They don't waste money when they don't need to.
Wow, T's pushing into A. They are getting shut down.
Wow.
Hold by Reflex. Chaotic and Hats completely locking down the A bomb site and not conceding a single kill there. T's Wow, A is closed today, boys.
Yeah.
Try B, maybe.
They A went into liquidation.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow, that was a quick round.
Yeah, CT's just crossfired the T's as they push into site there. They had one just behind Firebox on CT side, and then the CT playing jungle. I mean, as they pushed into site, bam, see you later, boys.
One thing I must admit is I love that position that they were playing on site, that ninja spot. Oh, Seth!
Oh, Seth with that drop bear off from window. Goes for a second onto Tears. Just escapes with his life. I don't think he's going to repeat that. He would be a fool to do so. Looks like he will pop flash out, though. So perhaps Seth will pick up a second there. Christos also working his way up short. And I think he's about to meet Tears here. Does not take him down. KO, in fact, getting the frag there from behind.
Just saving Tears' life there with a desperate attempt to try and pick Seth, just not focusing on the short push, but KO being well aware.
Yeah, that's a great display of team play there. You know, they could have dropped him out so easily. Yeah. Very lucky to have KO watching it back.
Yeah, that's one thing I must admit with KO as an individual, but Seth, with this AWP, just is unstoppable.
Oh my God,
Look at him go, Caps. Wow.
He is absolutely wrecking them, and I love seeing an aggressive AWP play like that. He peeked Palace, dropped back to mid-con, knew there was probably players flanking him, got the first pick, went for the second, didn't get it though. His teammate picking up a slack there. But yeah, an aggressive AWP is so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. And as you said, you know, having a teammate there, if you're an AWPer and you've got teammates that you can rely on in that sense, it helps a lot. And was that a bit of team damage I just seen happen there?
He actually missed his shot. I don't know if that was intentional or if it was just messing with... Yeah, I think he's just messing with his team there as he scopes in, but could have been a little awkward.
Oh, but Hat's picking up charts in the dying seconds of that round. Wow, that's...
Yeah, not allowing him to save, which is, you know, that's going to do wonders for the CTs. And we see the double AWP setup here as well. Seth with the AWP, as we know, Team AWPer, I would say.
Yeah.
And Hyper, we've seen him pick up the AWP quite regularly as well for the Reflex side.
Yeah, a bit strange, though, to see a double AWP setup on Mirage. I mean, I can't think of many positions where it would be favourable other than window and B. I mean, well, the second AWP being on B and, you know, the other AWP being on A side or window area. So...
I mean, CT is a pretty good place to play, especially if, you know, even if you get smoked up, you can you can jump up on Firebox or even Hut and peek mid-con or A ramp. I mean, it's viable, but, you know, the retake situation is where it comes into question, really. You know, when your teammates die, and it's usually the riflers that will die first, it can be very, very awkward to retake with a AWP. Nick him with a great headshot there onto Christos in B apps. Seth, though, with that AWP, once again, comes in firing and takes down Tears as Hyper finds Noob on site. And Seth again onto Nicken. He is a one-man team right now.
He is. Seth is, and he's such a patient player. Oh, KO though with a 1D. KO just waiting to line that shot up, but hits him straight through the edge of the wall.
Yeah, that was, you know, it's funny we were saying patience. He just waited. Yeah. It was lovely. And he's picked himself up an AK, but now he's got two CTs to deal with, and Seth's still with that AWP in hand. I would be fearing for my life greatly. He did spot Seth there behind Pillar, but unfortunately, Hat's just on his right to spray him down. And Reflex looking very, very strong right now. 9 for 4.
Yeah.
And look at the scoreboard as well. I mean, Seth is... He is way ahead of his team. Hats is fragging very well as well, but it's really those two players just carrying the team at the moment.
Yeah. See, the difference, though, Hats is getting these quick entry picks. He's basically playing a T-roll, and we see it evident here again as he goes onto the head of Noob. That sort of aggression play is going to get you kills, but it just helps in the long run. It might not seem like, you know, instrumental frags to the round, but when you've got Seth holding where he does with the AWP, he's holding the lines properly, getting the shots, he's not missing, and then you got Hats just doing what he does best, just being an absolute nuisance. Very, very hard team to, you know... Oh, Hyper, going for a spray through smoke.
He actually did a lot of damage there. And KO finds Chaotic in mid-con. So a 4v4 situation, and KO very, very low, dropped to 12. These seem to be spread across the map once again, though. They've got to play a Palace, one A ramp, and one mid. But then we see that lurker in B, and I'm questioning why they would do that in a 4v4. I don't know what value that player has there. But as I say that, it looks like they are going to rotate the bomb across the B apps. So perhaps Nick can send up front there just to probe for a little bit of information before the push.
I think it's also they want to maintain map presence. They don't want to give the CTs any comfort zone to work in, because the minute you work into contested zone as a CT, it's already an advantage. But that molly forcing Tears out of that corner.
Hyper on site now, but the T's are going to push in and take control of Truck. He does go down. Tears picking up Hats as well. Christos pushes straight in with a great 2 kills. Seth, though, jumps straight through window and trades onto KO as he takes down Christos. And now it's a 1v1 with Seth in full control of the bomb, and the timer does tick down. Tears unable to make a play there. And tLBiSK just leaving it a little too late in that round, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. tLBiSK, I agree with you that they left it way too late to be able to push in, but let's see. I mean, I'm hoping they can learn from this, you know, and get this last round. I mean, a 10-5, a 5 scoreline on T side on this map is somewhat okay.
Yeah. You can come back from this easily. And frags like that are going to help. Taking down Seth, top fragger right now. This is going to look good for the T side right now. They need to go aggressive, and it looks like that's exactly what they've done. But Hats has put down a molly A ramp, done a little bit of damage to Tears and Charts. Nick and KO, though, with some great team play there, taking down 2 on site. And now it's just Christos and Hyper, but Hyper does go down mid-con. Christos in a 1v5. Mount Everest to climb here, really, to win the round. He takes down 1, but he's been dropped to 47 already. And I don't think he's going to get much further than this. He's got 3 guns trained towards him. Make that 4 with Charts in CT as well. And
there you
quick
go.
peek there from Tears, and pretty easy frag. 10-5 in the favour of Reflex in the first half.
Yeah. Again, you know, like I said, tLBiSK, they're smart players, but Reflex, I think Reflex has the experience advantage at this point.
Yeah, it's certainly looking like that. Their gameplay's a lot more polished. They're trading a lot better. And, I think we're going to have to see what happens on this T side, though. Because CT, it's quite easy to put rounds on the board.
Yeah.
I think the T side's really the test for most teams here.
Definitely, because you're pushing through those heavy choke points as well.
Yeah, and I mean, on a pistol round as well, it's very, very hard on a map like Mirage where there's a lot of distance. Up against the USP, very, very difficult. But with that said, it does look like a couple of the CTs have gone for P2000s here. In fact, 3 of them. So let's see if that factors in at all. As the T's go for a push into B, Noob does spot them as they try to push in. KO with the first kill, Nicken with a second, and Reflex 2 men down already. But those are the A players there for a distraction, and I think tLBiSK has cottoned on to what's going on here. He is taking down 2 very, very
My
quick.
God.
Was that a double headshot?
That was. He went straight for the player in apps, hit the guy crossing the window, dropped straight down to the dropping player and hit him in the head. Tears is playing out of his mind right now. Wow.
Yeah, really great hold on the B bomb site. A triple kill to lock it down. And, Reflex not getting a single kill that round.
Yeah. And one thing I do like about the CT side's buy at this point, 2 for Masters and an M4. And 2 SMGs. You don't see the whole team going for the SMG buy.
Yeah, I find that interesting. I would probably opt for SMGs, though. And I question why they would go for an M4 here. As everyone knows, the kill rewards are better with the SMG. But, I mean, if you can win the round...
Oh, Hats.
Hats, though, with that P250 from A ramp. Getting the first kill onto KO. Triple box. Charts follows up with a second onto Hats and a third. Oh my God, Charts is wrecking them right now. Chaotic second last alive, leaving Seth in a 1v3. Does go down on short to Noob. And Charts just spraying them down on site.
Yeah, you know, again, as you could, you know, with the SMG buy, the kill reward bonus is better. But the problem I have with it is when teams go 4-man SMG, 1-man FAMAS or M4, or even a Scout, is if you Tech 9 armor buy, you're pretty much 60% guaranteed a round win. You know, if you push in together, don't give them easy 1v1s with an SMG, it can work very well for the,
Reflex going super aggressive in underpass. They will pay the price though, and it looks like they're about to be caught up here in mid. The flashes and nades raining upon them as they get shut down in mid-con. And that round was really over as soon as they got spotted mid. KO with a really nice USB kill.
That was a crazy flick.
Yeah.
Just randomly just KO things.
So Reflex need to be careful here. It's the first gun round, and as you can see, there's already a 2-round. It's been close to 2 rounds. It was a Gen 5 half. So first 3 obviously go on the way of tLBiSK here. Now, if they do lose this gun round, we are going to see, I will say, a 10-10.
Yeah.
Oh
that
no,
pop
Seth. That was going to be a great play there. They're just unlucky KO pushed out of mid-con. I think he probably would have got the pick window there.
Yeah. Not expecting the peek underneath that smoke. Definitely would have thrown your opponent off, but that pop flash into mid though.
Hats does manage to get a pick onto charts at the A-bomb site. So Tears are going to make their way up through mid now, and they do spot out Tears on short, but KO taking down Hats. Caught with his pants down, really. A flash in his hand. And Tears about to get pushed here on the reload. Does go down. Christos making short work of him. Nicken finding Chaotic on a bomb site. He does go down. Christos with a good little rotate there across the ladder room. And a 2v1 now. Tears, though, have taken a lot of damage. And Noob on 100. This is very, very doable for him.
It is very, very favourable, but it just depends where the Tears are going to push this bomb. And it looks like they're pushing towards B. So...
Yeah, I don't think the CTs have read this right, though. If you look at the minimap, Noob's actually over on A right now. Hanging around jungle. He's ready for a quick rotate, but... I mean, he's just gambling at a site at the moment, and unfortunately he's going to lose. With 15 seconds remaining, he's going to be forced into an afterplant situation here. Finally, he does realise they're probably not A with 10 seconds remaining. And is he even going to go for this?
I'd like to see him go for it. I mean, it's very favourable for him. The T's don't even have a full person's worth of health between the two of them. So, Noob does have a molly and a flash to work with as well. Oh, no.
No, Noob, though. Oh,
indecisive.
No, he's gone back. They're telling him to go for it, I think. And if he... Oh, no, this is the end of Hyper here. See ya, Hyper, mate. Enjoy the fire. Oh, in fact, somehow survives, but Noob doesn't check his corners. And Christos will take him out from B apps. Wow, I guess he thought that Molly would push the player out aggressive, but I mean, Hyper just playing the corner and completely outplayed him there.
Yeah, definitely. But again, that was failure on Noob's part to be so indecisive. The minute you start going, should I do it? Should I not? The minute that happens, don't go for it, because that's already 7 seconds that you're arguing with yourself to do it or not that you've lost on the bomb timer.
Beth with the Rec 9 Hats pushing out from A ramp. Gets taken out by Charts. And pushing through smoke, never a good idea. And I think we see that a lot from Hats. He seems to be the solo player. Seth getting shot in the back from mid. Who just jumps through fire to escape the flames. And this doesn't look good for Reflex right now. 4v3, trapped in mid-con and mid. CTs should know exactly where they are, and I think if they do try to push through mid-con, they're going to meet their fate on the other side of jungle.
Yeah, again, I don't like this being stuck in mid-con. It leaves you open to so many angles, but...
Like shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah.
A good nade, though, onto Nicken. Noob, though, he's going to push out. They didn't expect 2 in jungle, and they're going to make it work. tLBiSK picking up 2 there, leaving Christos in a 1v4. And this is starting to look bad for Reflex now. tLBiSK clawing these rounds back and just closing the gap again and again.
But again, with the way these guys are, this group of 5 from tLBiSK have been friends for, as long as I can remember, from the Battlefield 3 days. So that goes back a long time, and... it shows you if you can build friendships out of a game and then bring it into a game, your trust in your teammates work. And I mean, we saw that then. Nicken fully trusted in Noob to get that kill, and then Nicken re-peaked as Noob killed the first player to pick up a second. It's those sorts of little plays that make the difference in rounds.
Reflex going aggressive in mid. This hasn't worked for them as of yet, and I don't think it's about to work now. Hyper does take down KO, and they go for that AK. Christos takes down Nickett, and Reflex somehow with jungle control here. They just need to be careful and frag well. Chance goes down, and last two alive. Make that last one alive. Tears trying to rotate from B, changing his mind at the last second, and looking to hold on to his weapon here. Great, well-executed play there by Reflex. Pushing one up through boost window, and then having the players mid-con to put pressure on jungle, taking their attention away from the boost. Yeah, that really worked out well.
Yeah, definitely good pistol strap play. I mean, as you know, it's evident. Look at the weapons they're carrying. I mean, they picked up an M4 AWP and an AK. So, off a very limited buy that they did do.
Yeah, once again, the CZs and Deagles getting them the entries there. So, I mean, pistol round, it's not over when you're on pistols, boys. You got to get that into your heads. I mean, look at the example there. Completely outgunned, pistols in hand, bam. They only lost one player there.
Yeah, and it's evident with a lot of teams that have made it towards the higher end of CGA. You know, they use the eco rounds very wisely. Oh,
Hats again from A ramp. He's been there every round, and they haven't dealt with him yet. CT's on this eco. They can't afford to lose this one, but it looks like it might be going in the favour of Reflex. KO with a great bink, and then a follow-up shot to take down Seth Impala's. Hats from A ramp does get the trade, and Noob takes down Chaotic. But T's with full control of the A bomb site. We'll get another plant here, and it's going to be a 13-9. So tLBiSK have got to start to get a little bit worried here. And what do you think they can do to bring this back now?
To be honest, I think they need to show a little bit of CT aggression now. They need to get in the face of Reflex and basically shut Reflex's positional advantage that they're giving them on the map down. I mean, they're giving them mid, they're giving them B apps, they're giving them A ramp. You can't give the T side that much room. The minute you do is when you have these sorts of problems, when they can go, okay, 3, 2, 1, execute, boom, 2 are mid-con, 1's in window, and 1's coming up A ramp. Yeah, they need to take back some territory and contest it.
Well, maybe we'll see that this round. I don't see an AWP though, and that could pose a problem. Seth with that AWP in hand, playing mid is probably going to give them mid control here, unless they push out mid-con, and it doesn't look like they're going to do that. In fact, going for a bit of a palace push, so information gained there, and I think they have got a bit of a clue that the T's probably aren't going to go A.
I like this territorial game that they've done now, where they've pushed a player into apps and said, okay, sweet, no one is here now. It's going to be either mid or B.
Christos does get spotted out short there, but Seth comes in firing with that AWP from mid-con and takes down Charts. First frag going the way of Reflex. 1 minute remaining on the clock. KO just playing a bit of a lurk position there towards B. And T's, it looks like they're a little undecided as to where to go. Happy to play this split and pick.
And there's Hats again.
He goes down on A ramp again. I mean, he's had quite a bit of success, but he's also been fragged a few times. Seth and Christos, though, coming in again and picking up 2. And Nickett with a nice little headshot there onto Christos as he looks through the vent towards kitchen. But
I'm loving this position
obviously
from Hyper.
If they do push into A, they're going to have full control once again. Both CTs in the vicinity of B, but Reflex not taking advantage of this yet. Perhaps expecting yet another player on this site.
Again, you know, Hyper's in a very favourable position, but the CTs do not push through short. And I think, are they actually saving? I'm just going to jump on board with Nickett and with Noob, just to see what they're actually up to, but it looks like they're going to be saving caps. Is that the right call?
Yeah, looking at their economy now, it's very, very low. 3 of the players have about $300. 2 of them have nothing.
Yeah.
And if they save these guns, oh no, Noob. He should have seen that. He saw the barrel of the player peeking around short, and I wonder how long Hyper was looking at him.
Yeah, no, I just got on board with Hyper. It wasn't very long, but it was long enough for him to realise that he was dead. Had Noob ducked, though, I think that could have been a different story there. Hyper could have lost that.
Talk about a Kodak moment, mate. Look over your shoulder and bam, right in the face.
You're like, my spidey senses are tingling. Turn. Oh, that's why. So, Hats with an
from
entry.
A-Ramp again. I mean, Hats has been somewhat of a key player at A.
Yeah.
He's always pushed and he's always got information or a kill.
Yeah.
And we see it once again. Nikin going down in mid-connector once again to Hats, and all of a sudden we see Reflex. They're probably going to be on match point here as Noob goes down in window. So looking very, very good for Reflex there. And I'm surprised that tLBiSK hasn't adapted to this. It's really been the same play over and over again.
It has, and, as I love to say, if it ain't broke, don't go fixing. Seriously, it's working. The CTs have not changed up any one of their strats. They're giving Hats the ability to pre-aim and pre-fire positions because they're playing the same spots. If you're playing predictable, players are going to take advantage of it. But Tears onto Christos and Chaotic turning it onto Tears. But Charts actually pushing Hats, getting in his face was what we should have seen sooner. But Hyper, though, onto Nick and Seth onto Charts. Not looking good right now.
The frag's going every which way at the moment, but it is a 2v2. AO should take down Hyper here, top mid. Yes, does pre-fire it a little bit there. Hyper just falling to the spray of that M4. Even with the nerf, I mean, it's still such an accurate weapon. And last live will be Seth with that AWP in hand. He has got jungle control, but CT's with full control of the bomb as it is dropped in mid. So Seth needs to pull off something special here.
Yeah, definitely. He has got a bit of time to work with, though. That is a point to note. I've just jumped on board with him just to see how he's going to break this one down, but
I don't think he's going to expect the CT underneath him. And yeah, he does cop a bit of damage there, and now he's in trouble. Molly's going down, and he tries to push out window here. Doesn't pick up the kill, though, unfortunately. And even if he had, I'm sure that KO would have been there.
Yeah, KO would have
trade immediately.
Out. But we might be seeing my prediction. Sorry, I had to point that out.
What was the call? 16-10, yeah?
16-10 to Reflex.
Yeah, it's looking good right now.
So, yeah. That free Nando's you promised me.
I did no such thing.
You promised me a Jester's Pie, though, at least. Come on.
Mate, I'm not driving up to Murdoch anymore, dude.
Oh, that's true. That's right. You're on the other side of the world right now.
That's like a 50-minute drive.
Wow. Damn, I've got to go to CSBP or Quinana at some point.
Execute on A here, Reflex. Pushing in strong, the smokes do go down, and KO does spot them coming out A ramp. He can't get a kill though. Hats will take him down, and a second onto Charts. Hats once again a key player on this A bomb site, just opening it up. And I think this will be game here, a 4v2 situation as Noob and Tears go for a retake, but probably not going to happen. Hats just playing triple box there. Noob trapped in mid-con. As soon as he peeks, I think he's going to go down. In fact, Noob does pick up the kill, but Christos trading immediately, and that will be game. Reflex 16-10. The prophecy has been fulfilled.
Wow, Hats with the spinning player on my screen. Wow, that was disturbing.
Yeah, that's happened to me as well at the end of every game. Not sure what that is.
Well, I think it's just the players doing that, to be honest.
No. It's happened every game, dude.
Oh, is it
it's
actually
like a bug
GoTV?
or something? Yeah. Very weird. But nevertheless, Reflex taking it out there. And I think a result that everyone could have predicted. So we are going to move into our next game very, very shortly, guys. Going to be up against... Sorry, just let me pull it up here.
Just getting... Sorry, Caps. I didn't mean to go quiet there, but I just had the missus come walking into the room saying a house 4 doors down from me is actually just burnt down.
Wow. What's your house, mate?
Yeah, no, like I could smell the smoke, and I was like, that's why I was trying. Like, you could hear my voice go a little raspy. It was covered in smoke, but yeah, that's not good. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we're going to be moving into our second game though of the night. Rockhard versus Elam.